All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're tackling a massive question. How on earth do you choose the right cloud provider? We're going to cut through all that marketing hype and really compare them on the technical stuff that actually matters. Everything from raw horsepower to how well they'll fit with your business.
Now, just a quick heads up before we get going. This is part 2 of a 5-part series, and it's all based on a really deep research report. So what we're talking about today, the technical side of things, is just one piece of a much, much bigger puzzle from that full document. We're just scratching the surface here.
So here's the core challenge, right? The cloud world is just packed with these incredibly powerful options, and of course, they all say they're the best. But how do you actually compare them on a technical level that means something? Honestly, getting this right is a huge deal. It affects your performance, your costs, and your ability to grow for years to come. To figure that out, the report gives us this really smart 2-part framework. First up, we've got to gauge the raw technical power of each provider. This is all about getting past the fancy ads and looking under the hood to see what these platforms can really do at their core. So what should you be looking for? Well, the report zeroes in on 4 critical areas. First, just pure performance. How do their compute, storage, and networking actually hold up with your kind of work? Second, redundancy. How many availability zones do they have? This is absolutely crucial for keeping things running when something goes wrong. Third, what about their cool advanced services? Things like AI and serverless can be a massive shortcut for innovation. And last but definitely not least, compliance. Do they have the specific certifications your industry needs, like HIPAA or PCI? Because if they don't, that could be a deal breaker right out of the gate. But listen, raw power is only half the battle. As the slide says, a powerful engine is pretty useless if it doesn't actually fit in your car. And that brings us to the second, equally important part of the framework, making sure there's a perfect technical fit with the systems you already have and the ones you're planning to build. To figure that out, the report gives us a super clear 4-step process. Number 1, check the architecture support. Will your old apps even run on it? 2, look at their APIs to make sure you're not signing up for a massive integration headache. 3, check out their hybrid capabilities, because let's be real, most companies need a solid connection back to their on-prem stuff. And 4, and this is a big one, watch out for proprietary risks. It's tempting to use some unique, powerful new service, but it can lock you into that one vendor, making it really hard and expensive to ever leave.
Okay, so we've got our framework. You evaluate the raw power and you make sure it's a perfect fit. Now, let's make this all concrete. Let's apply this framework to the 3 titans of the cloud world: Amazon Web Services, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud.
So at a really high level, the report kind of positions them like this. AWS is the original, the established leader. Its biggest strength is just the sheer number of services it has and how long they've been around. Azure's superpower? It's that seamless tie-in with the whole Microsoft enterprise world. And then you have Google Cloud, which has really built a name for itself as the go-to leader for cutting-edge data analytics and AI. This chart is where it gets really interesting, breaking those strengths down. Just look at global regions. Azure's number is way up there, which is a total game changer if you have users all over the world. For enterprise integration, yeah, Azure gets an excellent, because it just works so well with things like Active Directory that big companies already use. Then you see it right there. Google Cloud is industry-leading in AI and machine learning. For anyone building apps that crunch a ton of data, that is a massive, massive advantage. The point is, each one has these really clear, measurable strengths depending on what you care about most. And all of this brings us to what might be the single most important idea in this whole analysis. After you compare all the tech specs and all the numbers, you end up at a very simple truth. There is no single best cloud provider for absolutely everyone. The report itself just says it perfectly right here. The best choice isn't about who has the most features on a spreadsheet. It's all about alignment. It completely depends on your unique needs, what your applications do, and where your business is trying to go in the long term. So we'll end with this. We've just walked through a whole framework for how to compare these providers on a real technical level, looking at both their raw power and how they fit strategically. So now the question kind of flips back to you. When you look at your own company's plans, which of these capabilities? Is it the global scale, the deep enterprise integration, or that bleeding edge AI? Which one truly matters the most for building your future? Thanks for joining me.